Okay, it's 4 o'clock. I'll call this work session of the Greenville City Council to order. And today we're going to hear some more on our budget. And we'll start with item 2A, Engineering, Summer Spurlock. City Manager.
So as you know, I'm not the city engineer, but we do currently have an interim city engineer at this point. But I should be able to make an announcement in the next week or two about that position, but unfortunately it was not enough time to do this presentation. So I did do this presentation last year because we were in the same situation. So some of the items, so I might not be able to answer specific questions, but I can give you an overview of the engineering department from that standpoint. So currently right now, like I said, the city engineer position is open. They have an administrative assistant's position open, an engineering technician position that is open, and then a construction inspector that is open. We do have a current construction inspector, Daniel Johnson, that does, and then we also have a technician in Kenneth Colbert, so along with our interim city engineer. So there is 3 people over there currently right now. We've had some discussions about maybe doing some reorganization between the inspector and the technician, so we'll hash all that out once the permanent city engineer gets here. So we're working on that, but they do have 6 full-time employees for that department. And if you remember, this is a fairly new department. It's really been in place year and a half, maybe 2 years, and I don't know that it's ever been fully staffed at any point yet. So it's kind of an evolving department since we split it up from the Public Works department. So it's still a fairly new department that we're trying to get stabilized, and hopefully with this new hire, we'll be able to stabilize that. So if you look at the engineering budget from 25 to 26, so obviously the majority of their budget is in personnel. So you'll look from 25, 26 to 26, 27, the personnel went up 574, 454 to 620, 218. That's just we did some market studies with Uriah, sat down, and really just that's what we had to do to get engineers. It's really hard to hire engineers right now, any kind of engineering in any department. You can talk to, the private sector, they make a ton of money, so it's really hard for us as a city to compete. We also run into the issue that most of the engineers that try to look are very specific, whether they're mechanical engineers, structural engineers, or anything like that. There's just, I don't want to call it a shortage, but there's just not as much supply of those civil engineers that know everything about water, sewer, road. Even if you do get a civil engineer, they're specialized in something, whether it's on the water side or whether it's on the road side or the drainage side. So anything like that, it's just really difficult right now. It's been that way for probably about 3-4 years now to be able to do that. So you can talk to any of the private firms, they're having the same issue. There's probably 400 graduating from engineering school and they're needing to hire 500. That's just one firm. So as you think about that, there's just a high demand for them and low supply. So if you want to get into engineering, it's a good job security at this point. So overall, that was a 9.74% increase. What they do, we talked about it, civil engineering design for streets and utilities. They do a lot of in-house private projects. Drainage, erosion control, they are the floodplain administrator, so anything that happens in the city limits. And we do work with the county on any kind of floodplain just to make sure that we're in compliance with FEMA, anything like that. Make sure they're not building houses on top of floodplains. If they are, they know what they have to do, those kind of things. They're involved in, they do construction inspection and CO site inspections for anything building, commercial, residential, all that good stuff. They are involved in the pre-construction meetings with Steve in the community development group where he gets everybody in the room so the builder knows what they need to do from the get-go, from the beginning. Records management, which is every department. They project estimates, feasibility studies. They do review building permits, work with Steve's office to make sure, because sometimes a building permit might fail on the engineering side, but maybe not on the building side, so they work together hand in hand, and they're in the same building. They do CAD designs. They work with Jacob over in community development for GIS updates, and then obviously prepare, as they have capacity, they also support our other departments, parkland projects, some of Chris's smaller projects that we could do in-house, things like that. So that's kind of a snapshot of what engineering is responsible for. So they did, in 2025, they did 223 CO inspections. They did 175 driveway inspections and then 158 sidewalk inspections. They also work with new and proposed development. So anything that's, they have to coordinate with TxDOT. They coordinate preliminary plat, final plats, all the utilities, whether it's Juice, Atmos, anything like that. If it's outside the Juice's service area, we work with Encore. So all those different things that they do. And also, like I talked about, the FEMA Floodplain Administration, they do that for anything for new and proposed development. Some of the private development projects they've worked on, that's a picture of, you know, things that are happening in Caribeth Crossing, which we know those over there, but obviously Caribeth Crossing 2 is under construction. They're currently inspecting that, making sure everything's going well on that. Traders Road 2, Phase 2, that's in design. They're working with the Wildcatter Group on that. Forest Ridge, Phase 1 is complete on that for that residential neighborhood. The Aspire Apartments, they did, the CO walk was completed in March, so they did that. And then here's all the Bridgeport Phase 1, 2, and 3. Phase 1, they've built 15 houses. Phase 2 for the infrastructure, that's been complete, and then Phase 3 is under construction, or under review, I'm sorry. So they they review anything that comes through privately as well. So projects that they worked on for 2026, we did the mill and overlay project, design and build. So they designed all that. When we went to the transportation subcommittee, engineering worked hand in hand on that one. They are still in the Oak Creek Park for parking lot design and that. So the hope is to build that in 26, 27. The Long Branch Road design, they're working with that. That's in coordination with the water treatment plant. So they're working with that hand in hand with Bartlett West on that one. And then also working and making sure Bartlett West is working on the Majors Road relocation design as well. So making sure, as I told you before, we're waiting on the environmental, which I think we've moved forward on that road. So thankfully for that. So 26, 27, what we hope to do, street mill and overlay project design and build, same there. We'll do some of that in-house, but we do have some mill and overlay that we'd like to do. That you guys have allotted us $750,000 over the past to be able to do those. So we'll do that in 26, 27. The 24-inch west side distribution line construction, so they'd like to be, they're involved in that. The Majors Road relocation, that was still ongoing. I assume that'll still be ongoing from a construction standpoint, and also Long Branch reconstruction as well. Here's the capital request for the ADT. So the ADT is the average daily traffic. If you remember, we did the ADT and the PCI studies for when we did the $50 million road bond. So this would be ADT study, and that would be for the high truck traffic roads. So we'd get an update on that. We did that in 2021, so we did that almost 5 years ago. So if we ever wanted to go out for another road bond, this is something we'd like to be updated. So it cost us $85,000 for the ADT. The PCI would just be for the arterial and collector roads. That wouldn't be every road in the city. If we did every road in the city, this study would be almost $500,000 is what they quoted us. So
PCI is
pavement condition index. So it kind of tells you what condition. It'll give you a poor, a failing, a poor, a fair, an excellent, you know. And so we've done a lot of work since our last PCI study. And so some of those would drop off of there, and then we'd be able to prioritize based on the ADT as well as the pavement condition. So that's kind of the two things we use. And then if we did add in the PCI for the residential roads, for some of the that's not all the residential roads, but some of the residential roads, then we could, that would be an additional $83,000. And then we had this on there last year as well for the Old Mill Road design. That's going to be about $800,000 if we ever wanted to redesign that with the drainage, widen it, things like that. It'll be quite a bit, and that's just the design. So if 10%, design is typically about 10% of the cost, so just think about that. So that was what would be in the future. So if that's something we wanted to add into a future road bond as well.
Did that design start at 1570, or did it start at Bethel? 1570 to Bethel, or was it?
No, that goes from, I'm pretty sure that goes from Edgewood.
Edgewood.
Yeah, that goes from Edgewood to Bethel. Yeah, because that would grab all that drainage right by that creek there, and then go all the way back to that second creek. Right. So yeah, it would go from Edgewood all the way back to Bethel. So that's about $800,000 there. So any specific questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next thing is Public Works. Benny?
Good morning, Council. Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. I'm Chris Harris, Public Works Director. The city superintendents will be presenting their 2026-27 budgets to you guys. Benny Rico will be doing streets and traffic. Robert Burney will be doing water treatment plant. Sue Dunn will be doing wastewater treatment plant. And Tony Ortega will be doing utilities.
Okay, thank you. So now, Benny.
Do that right there. Yeah, if you need to.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. I'm here to present the 2026-27 for the Street and Traffic Department. Our vision statement is the City of Greenville is by providing cost effect and quality of service, our vision statement. This is my organization chart. I have 11 employees and I'm fully staffed. This is my 2027 proposal budget. From 2025, it was 3.1 million. It decreased to 3 million, about 3.83%. And we'd be doing mostly that because we'd be doing stuff in the house with our new layout machine. This is some of the responsibility the Street and Traffic Division does. Some of the street repairs, potholes, drain system, demo house, street sign repairs, road shredding. Here are some of my operators doing some road shredding, tree removal hazard, and street sweeping. We also work with community develop. We did about 10 structures, demo house. That provides us from, from unsafe community, abandoned houses, so people won't be going in there. This, we maintain about 208 miles of street maintenance. Mostly street cuts, play roads. We also do pothole repairs and overlay streets. This year we had done about 641 repair potholes from October 25 till now. Hopefully we'll accomplish another about 300 till October. We also do drainage maintenance. We do about 3.2 miles of drainage maintenance. That's drainage systems, storm drains, and open ditches. We also do inclement weather for the roads when it snows to keep people to travel emerging vehicles. Traffic mostly do our reflector replacements and crosswalk stop signs, repair stop damage signs, and repair street signs for neighborhoods. They get stolen every once in a while. So. Also, traffic division do a lot of traffic control for city events through the year. I'm requesting the CIP request a tack machine or lay down machine to spread tack to put in the bottom so it'll stick to the asphalt real good. I'm requesting a tack machine. It'll help a lot. Also, I'm requesting the skid steer attachment. It's like a mulcher. It provides less labor work. It'll go into more alleyways to mulch the tree limbs all the way little. They're using a lot of chainsaws, so it'll mulch up real good. I'm also asking a steel roller. So we have a lay down machine. I need a little bigger roller machine to lay down the road, the asphalt. Our traffic department is asking a Ground Laser Pro. It removes the stripes down the middle. So right now he's doing it with a hand shovel, removing it hard. So we need a little machine to take the stripes off a little bit better. With like a shovel, he heats it up and he gets a shovel with a scraper trying to remove it. This is my outlays. The heat tank's about $24,000. The skid attachment is about $40,000. Roller's about $54,000. The Ground Laser is about $12,000.
Did you say you're using chainsaws and stuff now, where if you had the mulcher
Yes.
on the, you wouldn't have to do that?
You won't have to do that, sir. It will mulch up pretty good, mostly mulch about 6 weeks, and you go in there through the alley, it will mulch up pretty good still, keep from labor for a lot of, but if you have to have a chainsaw, we'll still get a chainsaw, it will still grind it up, yes, sir.
And on the drum roller, is that, you've got a little one, don't you?
Yeah, I have a little one, but I need a bigger one, so, because we got the lay machine, it'll get more more inch of it, but it will lay, yeah.
This one's about, what, the size of a zero turn mower or something?
Yeah,
like
so
that?
about a 56
Okay.
inch, yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Any questions?
I'm surprised it's that cheap.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Benny. I guess
Sure.
that's a question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Council Mayor.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Next one is Robert.
Good evening, City Council, Mayor. I'm Robert Burnham, Supervisor of the Water Treatment Plant. I'm here to go over our 26-27 proposed budget. Let me find these little arrows. Oh, yeah, okay, so, like I said, this is our 26-27 proposed budget. This is our organizational chart. We have 10 employees out there right now. We actually have one opening. We're looking for a C operator, so if y'all know anybody, send them our way, please. This is our 25-26 total budget compared to 26-27 total budget. We've increased it by 7.26%, and a lot of that has to do with the supplies, as far as like chemicals and things that we use, some of the equipment we use, all that has kind of gone up. So, of course, our budget would have to go up with it. So, this is some of the water treatment, the water that we pumped and treated. So in calendar year '24, we pumped 2.2 billion, or 2,292,530,000 gallons to Reservoir 5. In '25, we pumped that 3,380,000,000, which is a 47% increase from the year before. The water that we treated was 2.1 billion we sent out into our distribution system in '24. In '25, we sent 2.3 billion out. And that number should have been a little bit higher, but we had a couple breaks here and there. One of them was actually a pretty good break that we found and got it taken care of. So, but those numbers will keep going up, obviously, with the growth the city's having. These are some of our 26-27 bond projects that were approved, and 2.5 million gallon clear well at the water treatment plant. We're going to tear it down because it's basically falling apart and replace it with a concrete one. No more cathodic protection, no more rust, no more falling apart. Then we want to rehab or rebuild or just build a new basin, and we're in the works with the engineering department right there, or right now, trying to see what would be the best route to go. If we do build a new basin, we will end up tearing down the old basin in that area where it is now. That's where our PFAS filters will end up going. So if we do go that route, we have an answer for our PFAS when the government kicks in and says you need to take care of PFAS. And then our last CIP is cleaning the sludge pond, number 1. That's something that needs to be addressed. It's been needing to be addressed for a pretty good while now. And we've already had the sludge analyzed from a state lab. There's no heavy metals, no nothing in it. It's landfill ready, so it's going to be fairly simple. These are our CIP project requests for 26-27. Number 6, riprap. You can see in the bottom left picture, that's what we want it to look like when we get there with the cloth felt and everything. The picture that's to the right of it is actually our reservoir, and that's a decent picture. That actually goes all the way around the outlet channel of Reservoir 6, and it's pretty dangerous. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people like to fish that channel, and we don't want them standing too close to the edge of that because the water might have washed out underneath it, and they can't tell. It just looks like solid ground to them. So we want to try to get that done. And then, of course, on Reservoirs 4, the park was a big success. People love it. They love the docks. So we would like to add another dock out there a little further down, and then maybe even put one at Reservoir 5. We don't want to build a park area at Reservoir 5 like we did at 4, but maybe give them somewhere to fish, picnic table, and a trash can. And then last is the lily pad removal on Reservoir 3. The lily pads have just literally taken over Reservoir 3, and it's taken up, believe it or not, it actually takes up some of our capacity. So, and I mean, this was a picture from about a month ago. It's just all lily pads now. And I had a company come out, and it was around $75,000 to do that. The reservoir and 5 docks for both of them is around 150 grand, and then the rip wrap is going to be 1.5 million to do all of Reservoir 6, the whole outlet channel and all the way around 6. We have a lot of accomplishments. As y'all all know, y'all have given us a lot of leeway and approved a lot of things for us, and these are just some of them. Of course, staying compliant in our Top More program, that's our #1 achievement. We treated over 2.3 billion gallons of water with all the equipment and everything that y'all approved for us, and of course, wholesale customers in Greenville just growing. And then we finished the filter project rehab completely 100%. All the filters are running 100%. They're all re-rated at 4 million gallons each. The industrial project has broken ground. If anybody's been out there, you can see where they started dirt work. The Ridgecrest Main project, we literally just opened up bids on it. So that we'll be going to a meeting with that, doing a scoring system on that, and then we'll go award that to whoever, wins. The Caddo elevated storage tank was rehab, and it was complete in service. And the Scadio radio project is, all the towers are installed at all the locations. This is some more of our accomplishments. Y'all approved the wrought iron fencing project, which has started. The Tawakoni 36-inch raw water line, that is the outlet at the bottom pictures. You can see how large the outlet is. The old outlet is a 27-inch outlet. The new outlet is a 42-inch outlet. I got the fence guys coming tomorrow to give me a quote on putting a fence around it, and as soon as I get the fence up, we will start pumping water with that thing. And the reason why I put a lot of these pictures on here, because some of y'all have never seen some of these places before and probably haven't seen the whole project, but this is our Tawakoni pump station. This is the Tawakoni pump station. This is what it looked like when I first started all those years ago. We had pumps all over the ground. We had motors on the deck. I mean, it was out of sight, out of mind. We got down to one, now on the bottom right, left-hand picture, that pump that's all the way to the left, that's the only pump that we had working for about 5 years. Nobody knew that. That was the only pump we had. Well, it finally went out. We didn't have a pump down there for 7 months. We pumped off the reservoirs, and then we expedited that pump to be fixed, and then we got 3 more. So we have 4 600 horsepower pumps. This is what it looks like now. The new building, all the brand new VFDs, transfer switches, the new header. It doesn't even look like the same place. We're going to be able to move a whole lot of water for the citizens of Greenville for a long time coming. This is the actual header project as it was started. We had a 27-inch header that was underground forever, and now we have 2 36-inch headers that are above ground, easy to work on, all new actuators. We're going to be able to control everything at the water plant. We'll be able to see everything at the water plant and do everything at the water plant and not have to drive down there anymore if we don't want to. Of course, the park project, it turned out really well. The citizens love it, so y'all did really well on that one. And then here's the floating docks that we put out there. And then last but not least, the generator. So it's in service and working, and it runs every Tuesday. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if y'all have heard it yet, but all of Greenville can hear it when that thing fires up. And I mean, it is loud, and it's a bad dude. So if y'all got any questions, I'll answer them. We are waiting on our Jeff. He is going over it. He's doing the scope of work for us. And then once the scope of work is out, it will go out to bid. We'll advertise it in the Greenville Herald Banner for 2 weekends that we do it. So we're just waiting on the engineer right now. The riprap? Oh. Isn't that what you asked, the riprap? Yeah. Well, we're in the process of trying to make it happen right now. We're working with Jeff. Like I said, the engineer, our engineer that we've been working with, and he's doing the scope of work right now. As soon as that's done, it will go up for advertisement.
Okay. I guess that was my question.
That's why we said we're trying to make it happen.
Anything else?
Okay, well, thank you, Robert.
All right, thank y'all.
Presentation, thank you. Okay, next up is Tony Ortega. Public Works. Buildings.
Hello, good evening, Mayor and City Councilman. My name is Tony Ortega. I am the Assistant Superintendent over Utilities. Okay. First is my org chart. We have one opening, it's for the meter foreman vacancy, and that we're going to promote from within. We have a couple candidates that we're looking at now, but we have just hired 5 new employees that will start this week and next month. The operational budget went from 6.7 to 6.6 this year, a decrease of 0.71. Water distribution, total completed work orders so far this year is 2,382. Total pipe replaced is 1,174 feet. The AMI meter program, to this point, we have 3,202 meters that we have exchanged. Warren, Maine came into town this week. We're exchanging 2,400. It'll probably be done in the next month or two. And then after that, we'll have 3,000 meters left on that program. Wastewater collection, total completed work orders so far this year is 1,717. Total pipe replaced, 5,390 feet. Completion projects so far this year, the 20-inch East Loop project water line was finished about a month ago. That's the first phase on that. And then the Borland Street and St. John water main and sewer replacement. We replaced in-house 533 feet of water line, 640 feet of sewer line. Planned projects are the Park Street sewer line replacement, the Bowie Street sewer line replacement, which they're in progress now. They mobilized this morning on the Bowie and are starting that. The other one would be the Wolf City 8-inch water line replacement project. It's about 3,000 feet, and it will go from Wolf City Drive to Gillespie Drive. That will ensure that we have a second feed to that side of town. So if we have any work done out there or anything, that's cool. We'll still have water out there in those residents. The valve replacement and new install project, that's very important. That will help us isolate valves and isolate water breaks in town and all through town. It's something we really need. HHW, total pounds disposed, 4,781. Total pounds recycled, 3,961. CIP for this year's is the Main Street, the sewer line replacement. It's from Alpha Street to Cordell. That pipe is older, has a lot of cracks and bellies in it, and needs to be replaced. It's 2,200 feet of pipe that we replaced. It came in at $375,000. The other CIP is a 2026 Peterbilt dump truck. That will be for the new valve and hydrant crew that we're putting together, which will also be used by the other divisions. It's something that's really needed. The equipment cost is $170,000 on that. The next one is the 50Z iCab excavator. That's also for the valve and hydrant crew. The excavator we have now is a little bit small, so I'm requesting a bigger one for safety reasons. It'll be able to pick up the fire hydrants and everything that we need to do. But also, like I said, the other departments, the other divisions will be able to use it. It will be available to them. That comes in at a cost of $85,000. That's it. Any questions?
Any questions? Tony, do you have any kind of a electronic device you use to find leaks underground?
We have what they call a hearing device, and it's hit and miss, but nothing like what you're asking. It's not up to date or anything like that. It's older.
The city of Midlothian has a dog that sniffs out water leaks.
Okay, I've heard of those, and
It's been, they got the dog from the animal shelter and trained it to detect chlorine. And they say it's fantastic. It finds leaks that electronic stuff doesn't do. And they sent it to, I want to say Arkansas, to have it trained.
Wow.
And so I think it's something to consider in the future.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah, you go ahead. I have a question, Tony, if you don't
Yes, sir.
mind. If you'll flip back to the budget slide. Yep, there you go.
Okay.
So this slide says there's a 0.71% decrease from last year to the proposed, but in the presentation we have in our packets, it shows 9%.
I got you.
So help me.
Yeah, I'll help you. So we were repulling numbers today, and I looked at that, and so initially it says there was like a $500,000 increase, which is unusual. And so I had Ben's finance team look into it. So when they were pulling the numbers for Encode, when we put that presentation together, it wasn't pulling our contingency account. So we put about $500,000 in that for contingency for any kind of emergencies that happen. So it didn't pull for 25, 26, but it did pull for 26, 27. So that's what the discrepancy. So she re-pulled the numbers today, and then that's how they came out. If that makes sense. So there was 500, there was an account missing
Okay.
for the 25, 26 numbers.
Okay,
And it was in the 26, 27, if that makes
I
sense.
see. So
It's a contingency account, which it was there last year, it was there this year. But
Just didn't get
It just
counted.
didn't pull with the report.
okay,
So, yes, so we
Okay.
found that today.
okay,
Does that make sense?
sort of.
Okay.
You explained it like a high schooler. I need it like a kindergartner. Yeah.
I
Okay.
can send you the email where we found it today.
Okay.
And it was within our Encode, within our financial system. So it's the way she put in the numbers. She put them all together the first time she ran the report.
Uh-huh.
And then our account numbers have hyphens in them. So she put the hyphen. She's like, let me just try it this way. And then
Okay.
it pulled it up. So it was just,
Okay.
it was like a weird,
It's a
it was a
reporting
weird
issue.
system. Yeah, a weird
Okay.
system reporting issue that she used.
Okay.
But it was there last year. I promise you I can show it to you. It was
Okay.
there last
Okay.
year. It just didn't pull on the report
So
when she did the numbers.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay.
But then the follow-up question is, having a decrease in a budget is kind of unusual, especially this kind of
Well, we
budget.
did the AMI meter project. So
Oh,
we usually
okay.
do about 800,000 for the meters
Right.
to replace them. Obviously, we don't need 800,000, so that went down quite a bit.
Gotcha.
So that offset any of the personnel increases.
I got
So that's
you.
where the
Okay,
bid-
so we're about done buying new meters, and we're starting to see the benefits
Correct.
of the new meters.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't need as many replacement meters,
Yes.
obviously.
Gotcha.
Because they've
Okay.
been all replaced at this point. So we're just basically creating a stock for when we get new houses
And
or
new-
if those new meters fail or anything like that. That's really, so I think we cut that in half.
Yeah.
Because
Man, that should be a whole slide in here talking about how the meters
We
have
should have, we should have explained
Yeah,
that. But
okay.
it kind of offset the personnel, so it just kind of kept it a little bit flat.
Okay.
But yeah. But yes, it was the most of the reduction was in the AMI, in the meters line item, because
Cool.
we had a lot of old meters that we were having to replace on a consistent basis.
Right. Okay,
So-
that's great news.
Yep.
Great. Thanks for explaining that.
Sorry, we should have made that more clear in the presentation.
Thank y'all.
Thank you,
Thank
Tony.
you, Summer.
Next up, wastewater treatment, Sue. How are you today?
Great. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Sue Dunn. I'm the wastewater treatment plant superintendent, and I'm here to present the wastewater treatment plant 2026-27 budget. This is the 2026 current budget, and we're totaling 2.4 million. The 2026-2027 budget, we're proposing a budget of 2.3 million, and it's a percent decrease, a slight percent decrease of 0.78% from the current 2025-26 budget.
Quickly, if you don't mind
Yeah,
interrupting.
go ahead.
Same question.
Oh, okay.
Can you, why are we, yeah, what's the decrease? Which, I mean, that's great news. I just want to know where that's coming from.
It's a very slight decrease, and
But still a decrease. It's in that contracted services, so that would be some kind, it's not repair, maintenance, or supplies, so it's somewhere in, I don't know if a TCQ went down, or something like that. I'd have to dive into
Okay.
the complete total numbers, but I can get that to you.
Okay.
So. 'Cause it looks like it went down from about 900,000 to about 839, so that's probably where you're seeing your slight decrease there.
Some of it,
Because
yeah.
the
we're-
personnel kind of stayed pretty flat, and so did the other two line items between
Okay.
supplies. So, yeah, let me confirm with that contracted services. That's a lot of stuff we do. We contract out. So let me double check that.
but it's a 0.78% decrease from our current projected budget. Projected budget of 2.4 million. This is our wastewater treatment plant organizational chart. Our division has 14 positions. Each role is important in keeping the plant running, supporting operations, maintenance, laboratory work, industrial monitoring, and administrative needs. And we have listed our goals and accomplishments that we have made throughout the year. I would like to mention a couple of the goals and accomplishments. We received and treated 1.9 million gallons per year, and we strive to meet all the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality permitted standards. And we return a high-quality effluent to the Sabine River, protecting the receiving stream and its future uses. This is a list of our program measures. This slide highlights the major tasks and program measures completed throughout the year. These include routine maintenance, regulatory sampling, lab operations, industrial inspections, and other daily responsibilities that keep the plant running. And this moves us on to the capital request, and we have,
I have a question with the
okay,
price that we received outside.
Okay.
We raised our fees for that. Did that reduce
yes.
it did reduce?
It reduced it quite a bit. Our liquid waste transporters were, this year, 4,628 loads, and I believe last year was a little over 5,000. So it just a tiny bit, but the revenues are high, so
Okay.
the revenues are staying right where they need to be. And this moves us on to the capital request, and we have two capital requests this year. Our most important capital request this year is the replacement of our wastewater treatment plant effluent pump, and here's a picture of it. This pump conveys the SBR decanted effluent from the equalization basin to the UV disinfection system. The facility was built with 2 pumps, operating one at a time with one as a spare, and we're currently running on the spare. making the replacement of the failed pump essential to maintain system reliability and permit compliance. And the total cost for that is $164,021. And then our final capital request is, we would like to request purchasing a mower shredder attachment for our skid steer to maintain the rough areas not included in our mowing contract. These areas include the front entrance to the plant, the areas surrounding the trunk line manholes, and the areas around the ponds. And the total price for the skid steer mower attachment is $19,000.
Would that attachment stay strictly at your place, or would it be used by, could be used by other departments?
It could be used by other departments.
Okay.
And I have any other questions?
Sue? Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor, Council.
Okay, at this time, we'll go into executive session, and we'll be back here at 6 o'clock.
I got a new garage.
Okay, I'll call this meeting of the Greenville City Council to order. The regular meetings, and let the record reflect, it's about 6:03, and we'll have the invocation by Travis Chappell, pastor of discipleship at Ridgecrest Baptist Church. Thank you for being here this evening.
Yes, sir. Let's pray. Father, you are the Holy One. You are faithful. You are kind. You are gracious to us. You are God and we are not, no matter how much we posture and act like we know better than you. And God, you have blessed all of us with this fine city. You have blessed us with these leaders to serve us by governing over us. I pray that you would give them wisdom. I pray that they would lead in righteousness. I pray their conversation and debate would be gracious, that they would give one another and others the benefit of the doubt. I pray that the ordinances they enact would be in accordance with the truth of your word, that we may flourish. God, we're thankful for the Lord Jesus, who paid our debt, who reconciles us to you through his death and resurrection, that we may have life in him by faith. We pray all these things in his name, the one who is King of kings and Lord of lords. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Travis. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. I'd like to ask Chief of Police Chris Smith to come forward. He has a presentation for us tonight about the kids camp.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. From June 1st through June 5th, we had our Greenville Police Department sponsored kids camp. It was a tremendous success. We had over 86 kids that showed up for the camp. And I just want to take some time to recognize some of the City of Greenville employees that were there. Of course, Captain Fuller is the commander of the Operations Support Division. So she had an integral part of it, along with Lieutenant Kendall Reeves, who's not here tonight. Our main person that's done every kids camp that we've ever had is Officer James Hamilton. He's done an outstanding job putting it together every year. The only year that we missed was the year for COVID. Other than that, every year we put on the kids camp. Other officers that assisted were Officer Heron. We had team leaders for Officer Rhodes Wiley, Jake Henderson, Detective Shane Thomas, Officer Walker Powell, and Detective Scott Evans. Many of our team leaders, every team had a Greenville police officer as well as a GISD police officer assigned to it as team leaders. So that way the kids get to learn and see officers outside of their official capacity, get to know them as people. And many of these officers, including James, brings his son, or they bring their children with them and help out with the kids camp. Summers' kid, Jacob, has been, every year that I've been here, he's been at kids camp helping out as well. Lieutenant Gary Barrow was also a team leader. Then we had our K-9 show up to do a K-9 demonstration with K-9 officers Meeks and Vargas. Detective Jimmy White showed up and did a class on gun safety. Judge Crawford, the city judge, she showed up and did a crime scene and fingerprint class for the kids and teaches them a little bit about crime scenes and how to do fingerprints. We also had our TAC team members, Officers Bethel, Lloyd, Frodel, and Jones, show up and do a quick TAC demonstration where they make a lot of noise and come in and show them how they kind of sweep the area. And then we had a support staff, Amanda Frazier, Kim Harris, and Haley Meeks all showed up. They brought food for the staff every day. Most of the meals were provided by GISD. And then Lieutenant Faust was there to help out. And then we also had Sylvia Peace from the fire department. She showed up to coordinate the fire department along with firefighters Woodbury, Peden, and Parker. So it was a whole city event along with GISD, and it went off without a hitch. And I'm so proud of these people for the amount of time that they put and the effort they put into it. So I just wanted them to be recognized.
Congratulations and thank you for your efforts.
All right, come on. Over here.
Boys, you're gonna about you. Yep. These two boys actually worked harder than most of us.
They did all the heavy lifting.
They did.
That's great. Amen. Thank you all. Appreciate it very much. Okay, I'll call your Attention to two placeholders in the agenda, citizens to be heard in public testimony. Citizens are invited to address the council on items that are not already scheduled for public hearing or on the agenda. Public testimony occurs when citizens are invited to address the council for items that are on the agenda starting tonight. There are no public hearings starting tonight with item 7A, ordinances. So if you'd like to address the council on any of these issues, please present a citizen's comment card to the city secretary. Are there citizens?
Yes, I just have one, Ken Terrell.
Okay. Please state your name and address.
Yes, sir. Ken Terrell, 2001 Benton Lane, out near Campbell. Good evening, Mr. Mayor and City Council members. I'm Ken Terrell from the Savin Valley Amateur Radio Association, and I would like to personally invite all of you and all of the citizens of Greenville to join us at the Audie Murphy Museum this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, from 1 p.m. Saturday to 1 p.m. Sunday. Field Day is amateur radio's biggest emergency preparedness exercise for the year. For a full 24 hours, we operate entirely on emergency power with temporary antennas, practicing the same skills we would use if phones and internet were to go down during a national disaster. Savara proudly also supports the Skywarn storm spotting network for the National Weather Service during any inclement weather. We provide critical ground truth to the National Weather Service with our reports, such as tornado warnings and thunderstorm damage and hail. We also supply communications to support local events like the Cotton Patch Challenge race that happens every September. We have people spread all over the county, and it's quite the logistics operation to get all of that coordinated, and we use our radio skills to help Katie and the Rotary Club do that. So this weekend, once again, you'll be able to see those capabilities live and in person. I know, Mr. Spencer, you've been out a year or two ago. Thank you for coming out. We'll have multiple stations up, hands-on demonstrations of radios and capabilities, friendly operators to answer any questions, and it's fun for the whole family. Kids especially tend to like getting on the radio. So whether you're interested in emergency preparedness, community events, or just want to see amateur radio in action, we would be honored to show you our skills to help keep Greenville safer and better connected. We'll be set up once again from 1 p.m. Saturday to 1 p.m. Sunday at the Audie Murphy Museum. Please stop by and say hi. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, there are no more citizens. Okay. First item on our agenda tonight is item 7A, consideration and action on the ordinance authorizing an agreement with Dunway for professional services for the design of a 24-inch sewer gravity main extension.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. What you see before you is the design of a 24-inch sewer main down near 1570. If you'll notice the map there, it's about 5,500 linear feet. The additional portion that's going to serve going up to 2130 will be borne by the developer. And so this is a project we've been working on. So it'll serve two purposes for us. So this will allow us the opportunity to get a future wholesale sewer customer. And then also it will also be able to help us serve the remainder of our customers that are on 1570. We just talked about an additional customer going near 2130 as well. So that will open that up. It's sized for the future. And then we also will we wanted to make sure too, down where it connects to the 1570 lift station down there, that lift station was big enough and capacity-wise. We have confirmed that, so anything that flows down into that, it will be able to handle it. Obviously, it's our newest lift station, which is about, I think, 8 years old. Well, yeah, about 8 years old. I think it was 2018 when that one was built. But it was also built for the future as well when that one was built 8 years ago. So it'll serve those purposes. We do have Jacob with Dunaway that's here if you have any engineering questions about that, anything. So this will just be for the design of it. Also, I think provided in your packet was an OPCC for that future project. This will come from the funding for this will come from the interest savings from the 2024 bond, as well as the industrial park project. So we've kind of packaged some of those savings together. It's the same funding where our AMI project came from. So this will just kind of help set us up for the future on the sewer side. So this will be a 55 linear feet of a sewer line. So I'll be happy to answer any other questions if you have any.
When would you expect this to start?
The project,
Yes.
how long will design take, Jacob? That would be how long they can design it, and then we can move forward, because we have funding for it, so.
Yes, good evening. I'm Jacob Dupuy with Dunaway. I would expect probably close to about 6 months for design, including surveying and working with Summer and her team to make sure Greenville standards are met. And then we're estimating about 10 months for construction after that.
Okay, so does this go under the new overpass that's being built over 1570, or does it go under a narrower part of the highway?
We'll work with TxDOT on the best way to cross that intersection. We have it shown kind of underneath the underpass. That will largely depend on what we find with survey, kind of how the right-of-way narrows or widens in that area, and also some of their existing utilities. So we obviously don't want to go too far down south, because that makes it getting further onto 1570 pretty limited. So we could find ourselves right in the middle, but we'll work with them to narrow down and get that perfect location.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you very much.
Thank y'all.
I'll just ask, is there any public testimony on any items tonight? Okay, then I'll say, what is the pleasure of the council regarding this item 7A?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
And it passes unanimously. Item 8A, consideration and action on a resolution authorizing an agreement not to exceed $50,000 with Radiant Leadership Solutions for finance-related support. Ben?
Good evening, Council and Mayor. Today I bring to you a professional services agreement with Gradient Solutions, which will be provided as an as-needed basis not to exceed $50,000. This is general support, or ranging from general support to more strategic, more complicated financing accounting procedures as we go along and grow throughout the next 6 months to a year. This consulting group is comprised of former CFOs or municipal CFOs that have since retired or have felt a different calling or created this company as well. Under this agreement, they'll be available to assist me and my staff with training, ranging from accounting entries to fund reconciliations to cash reconciliations. We have a lot of bonds going on. This will help alleviate some of the time constraints that we currently have in my department as well. With this, they'll be able to build and strengthen our financial operations, support my staff and support myself, and then as we continue to grow and experience the many transactions that accounting and finance has throughout the day, they'll be able to assist with that as well.
Thank you, Ben. Are there any questions?
Yeah, is this agreement a time-constrained agreement?
It's open-ended, so
Okay.
I just have it as an as-needed basis, so I'm not expecting it to hit $50,000 before the end of the year. I expect it to be less than half of that throughout the rest of the year. They will also be assisting with our audit procedures as well when that comes up.
So is this a firm you would utilize?
There's a potential of that. As I shape the department the way I feel like it needs to be shaped, I'm trying to fill that void. So that's where I'm trying to get to. At this point, they are the most economical point at this for this gap.
So they'll bridge the gap until you possibly find a person if you...
Correct, yes.
Any other questions? Not, what is the pleasure of the council regarding this item 8A?
Move to approve.
Second.
Please vote. And item 8A passes unanimously. Item 8B, consideration and an action on a resolution authorizing a $70,000 increase to Whitney Penn Purchase Order 2026-0256. Ben?
All right, so this, I want to state that from the onset that this is mostly an accounting transaction that I need to facilitate. We are not $70,000 over at this point. This is a culmination of many years running together as the audit ran into additional fiscal years. It really came to light when the FY24 audit rolled into FY25, and what the previous administration had done, or the staff had done, had hit the original POs for that current year as opposed to the original PO for that year that it was supposed to be hitting. So it just was adding and compounding every year, and it just is a cleanup issue on our end. Wanted to bring that to council's attention because it is not something that I practice going forward. So whatever is budgeted, the PO will be the same amount. So it is just something that rolled together over a few years' time.
So is this moving money out of one account into another to cover those gaps?
The money has already been expended. It is just a PO. It's just an accounting issue that we need to correct on our end on the basically the PO on the PO side. So the money has already been out the door. It is just hit the wrong PO in the wrong fiscal year at the time.
I guess what I'm asking is will this reduce the balance in another fund?
It will not, no. It should be, it was actually hit for 24 and 25. It shouldn't have any effect on our 26 or minimal effect on our 26. What had happened was because 24 audit rolled into FY25, the staff had hit the FY25 PO and not hit the original FY24 PO. So then when that PO had expired, they went into 26. So then our FY26 PO was short. And essentially, the PO was short, but the funding was originally there already budgeted for. So it's all in the general fund, and within my finance department, it just needs to be cleaned up.
Any other question? Okay. Thank you, Ben. What is the pleasure of the council regarding this item 8B?
Move to approve.
Second.
Thank you, Ben. And it passes unanimously. Item 8C, consideration and action on approval to accept and implement Motorola Solutions AI Assist platform with the Greenville Police Department. Chris.
Yes, sir. Good evening again, Mr. Mayor, members of council. The police department is asking for a resolution to enter into a one-year, no-cost agreement with Motorola Solutions for what they call their AI Assist software. Basically, what it does is we upload our policies and procedures into this AI, and that officers, when they're doing reports for that sort of thing, they can do a real-time check against policies and procedures with it. It's very limited as far as AIs go. Basically, what it does, it helps with just pulling out our policies and procedures and make sure that they have a question, they can find it relatively quickly without having to actually look through all the policies and procedures to find it. It also helps with, there's a translation module with it that can help with translation, report assistance, and then other information lookup. But it's a totally encapsulated program. And just something that Motorola is rolling out. They asked us to test it for them, and so we're going to give it a try, see if we'll use it.
Okay, any questions?
At the end of this test, they get to maintain the information gleaned from it?
It's a good question. I don't know what information they would glean for it. I mean, our policies and procedures are all open records anyway, so there's not getting any information that's not public knowledge already anyway.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So is there anywhere where we retain the right for any information from it, or just trying to think on the lines of cybersecurity, and I don't know if our officers were to query something outside the box, inside this who's the owner of that information and that historical request?
I don't have the answer for you, but I could get it for you.
I would ask similarly, like, what about report data? You know, if the officers are using this as a report generating assistant, would Motorola retain all of the police reports that it interacts with?
Our Motorola Spillman system is already tied to Motorola. So it's just pulling information in and out of the Spillman system, and our policies and procedures are already in there.
Okay.
Larry, I think you had a question.
Yes, sir. So is this a kind of a one-year test period, then they'll come back after a year with a purchase price?
Yes, sir. This is a one-year test to see if we'll even use the software. If we so, how much will we use it, and then if it's something that we want to continue in the future. They're already starting to try to adapt it in other ways. You know, AI is just taking over a lot of things and moving really, really fast. And this is Motorola's kind of start.
It'll eventually replace us.
Yeah, probably.
Right, it's going.
Some of us, anyway.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? What is the council's pleasure regarding item 8C?
Make a motion we adopt.
Second.
Please vote. And item 8C passes unanimously. Item 8D, postpone pending some additional information. Item 8E, consideration and action on a resolution adopting fiscal year 2026-2027 city council goals. Summer?
Yes, Mayor, we would like to move forward with the council approving the 26-27 goals. We have sent I sent the 25-26 goals to you guys, and so that's what you see up there. So this is the current year that we're in. And then, Geraldine, if you go to the next slide, this is kind of the projects that we catered towards these goals and kind of where we're at on these goals from the planning process and so forth. And so we're starting that process with the 26-27 budget. So we'd like to be able to fit those projects into the proper goals that you guys have so that when they come to you, they meet your goals and we're not bringing you projects that do not meet your goals or anything like that in that way. So we would just like to move forward if you'd like to have any changes to 25-26, if you'd like to move forward with 26-27. Understand these are your goals, so these are council goals, and then we just shape our budget towards that direction. So I would, I'd be happy to answer any questions or anything else moving forward, any changes, suggestions, anything like that.
Can you go back to number 4? Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I read through it. Can I add one thing? There's one thing I'd like to possibly add as a goal, and just to clean it up, because I don't see it on the document. I think the goal would be fiscal responsibility and financial stability. A vision for that would be to ensure long-term financial health and operational efficiency. And the objectives for that would be adopt a balanced budget that adequately funds capital improvement projects. A secondary objective would be to diversify revenue streams when possible. And then tertiary would be to maintain healthy reserve funds to weather economic downturns for COVID. So it's just, I know that we do that already, but it's just not in black and white. And I think it would be good to have that your councils as well.
So that would be an additional?
Yeah, I would just add it as an additional goal.
So would you like it number 7?
I think it should be number 1,
I think it
fiscal
should be
responsibility and
Okay.
financial stability.
We've had one in there before, and it talked about tax rate and fiscal responsibility.
And there's
so
some of those in the objectives, it's kind of spread throughout, but I thought if we could just clean it up.
So
have
we'll move that to
specifically.
number 1? Okay.
Well, if the council wants to.
Yeah. Well, that's what you're proposing, correct? Okay.
So do you want to make a motion regarding that addition?
Yeah, I'd like to make.
Amendment to the goals.
Yeah, that we add fiscal responsibility and financial stability as one of our goals.
Okay.
That work, Daniel?
Second that.
So We have a motion and a second. Thank you for that suggestion. I think it's outstanding. And the goals and objectives for 26-27 passed. Item 8F, consideration has been postponed for pending additional information. Item 8G, consideration action on a resolution granting the city's consent to the inclusion of the city's ETJ with the proposed Hunt County Regional Emergency Service District Number 2. Daniel?
All right, this is almost exactly the same as the one that was approved at the last meeting. This is for a different area, though. This is the proposed Emergency Services District Number 2, which is the southern part of the county. So it would include the area referred to as Cache down to the Kaufman County line, over to Rains County line to the east, and then close to the Rockwall County line, but not including Union Valley and Poetry. But everything basically in the southern third of the county, except for the southwestern corner of the county. The impact of this would be to remove an impediment toward getting on the upcoming November election cycle. On July 7th, the Hunt County Commissioners Court is going to have a hearing about the ESD number 2. And if they decide to put it on the ballot for November, then every city that is in the area to be incorporated or that has an ETJ in the area to be incorporated into the ESD would need to pass a similar resolution. This basically just gives them permission to incorporate up into Greenville's ETJ just to the south of the city.
Any questions? Okay, what is the pleasure of the council regarding this item?
Move to approve. Second.
Please vote. And that item passes unanimously. Move to the consent calendar, item 9A. City Council meetings from the June 9th, 2026 meeting. Any questions or concerns about those?
Move that we approve the consent calendar.
Second. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, please vote. And it passes unanimously. City Council reports, monthly status reports, Summer.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So this will be for the month of May, so we'll be caught up to all of the status update. For the May of 2026, we had 16 utility cuts, which are helped out by the contractor. Streets Department repaired 73 potholes. Street sweeping miles were 310. The mowed areas were able to be mowed up to 90% through May 15th. Intersections cleared were 11. That's down from 14 in April of 20. They replaced the streets departments replaced 52 signs. Building permits issued were 17, which is up 2 from April. COs issued were the same at 14. Traffic citations were up to 379 from 313. And then most of this is pretty much the same. I just went over this with you guys 2 weeks ago, so not much has changed in 2 weeks. So when I come back to you with the June, that'll probably change quite a bit because there's been a lot of movement on the raw water line. Our transformer will finally be here, hopefully by the end of June, and things like that. So when I come to you guys with those updates, so if there's anything else. we're moving forward on several other projects that I'll be updating within this. So if you have any questions, I know Robert went over some of this too in his presentation earlier during work session. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Would like to say it was nice seeing the street sweeper go across the bridges downtown, getting up the rock from the ice storm and cleaning it up.
Yep,
Thank
they
you for
got that
doing
cleaned. Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, any other questions or regarding the monthly status update? Suggestions? Okay, item 11, city council discussion of proposed agenda items. Are there any items the city council would like to see on a future agenda? If not, there are no boards and commission minutes tonight. We will be going back into executive session, and we will be taking a vote when we come out of executive session. So thank you for being here tonight, and we'll see you next time. Okay, we're back in session. Let the record reflect it's 7:41. And is there a motion?
Yes, Mayor, I move that the council approve a purchase of easement rights from CNH Industrial America LLC, formerly known as Case Corporation, for a 1.109 acre easement parcel for the city's Ridgecrest Road waterline project and associated damages. That the purchase price be paid in the amount of $27,000 and that the city manager be empowered to finalize the purchase of that easement and closing of that transaction.
Second.
Item passes unanimously, and this city council session is adjourned. Thank you.